morning. Welcome, welcome. I'm Christy from Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. Welcome, welcome. I have a pretty card that we're going to make today. So I'm just going to check to make sure all the things are in the right place. Make sure I've on. And do. The check. So funny how technology works. Oh, yep, I'm live. Now forgive the sound. Let's see if I can hear the sound. Yep, there's sound. Yay! That's exciting. It's exciting when it works. So welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down. Let's make sure all my things are in the right place. Ooh, hi, Pauline. Awesome. Okay, so let's turn you guys down. So we're going to make this really pretty petal pink and misty moonlight card. I love this. The Poised Peony. I had to Google how to say it so I could say it right. The Peony stamp set. And these are in the annual catalog. So to come up with this card, I actually looked at we have in the new annual catalog, we've got these all these little sketches to kind of give you ideas to help you with your creativity, if you get stuck. And I really like how this one has got a little bit of flagged, and so I kind of made a variation of that card. It's the card that we're going to make today. So that's where my inspiration was, where I got to that. And we're going to use the Poised Peony, which is on page 28. And this is a standalone stamp set. There's no dies that match, but it's a really pretty stamp set. Of course, hello is my favorite sentiment. So I was, of course, intrigued. And then I really like this line art. I love using my blends and coloring them. This is a really nice, simple flower. I know we've got lots of flowers. This one's really simple and lovely. I really like it. They show it paired with this beautiful frames and flowers. And I have played with the frames and flowers. This set of specialty designer series paper. I wish that it was a much bigger pack. It has all these beautiful frames. And flowers and sprigs that they're the die cuts, but there's only a few pieces of the paper, which I wish there was more of it because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But we're going to actually use, instead of using this paper that they show it with, we're going to use the beautiful country lace, which is this designer series paper right here. And this is actually the same piece of paper. So this is the one side, and then this is the other. And this is the Misty Moonlight and the Petal Pink, and that is what we're going to use. And I thought it just looked so pretty. It's it's a little country, but I think it's a really nice, neutral, lovely. It's the summer, and we're in the middle of a heat wave. I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And then I think I'm actually going to use some of these iridescent pearl basics, which I haven't used yet. I haven't even opened this package, so I'm excited to use that. And then, like I said, this doesn't come with dies, so I'm actually going to use the Something Fancy dies. So this was a bundle, I think, from the last catalog. You can still buy both the sentiments and the tag dies, but we're just using the dies. They don't come in a bundle price, but they do. I love that they put, even though they don't offer the bundle price for our old bundles, they do put them next to each other, so you can see if a returning stamp set has coordinating dies, which I think is awesome. So they have, we're going to use those dies right there. And that's on page 79 for these Something Fancy dies. And they're really a nice set of not just tag dies, but, like I'm going to use it to stamp, to put my image in. And we're going to use the biggest of these ones. And they really do layer really well. So this is a really great set of dies. I love, love, love. But I've already cut up the stuff to make this card. We're also going to use some of this beautiful petal pink diagonal trim that's also diagonal trim that's in the catalog. It's in a 2-pack with this and white. But I really like the petal pink. And then, of course, we're going to use some of our blends. Okay, so we are going to start with a Misty Moonlight card base. I love Misty Moonlight. And I like the upfold. This will work if you like the book fold better. You would just cut your paper. So I've cut my 8.5 by 11. I cut it on the 11 side, so it's 11 by 4 1/4. So on the 11, I just cut it in half. So it's 11 inches down and at 4 1/4, and then score it 5.5. If you were going to make the book fold, you would cut your 8.5 by 11 into at 8.5, and then and 5.5. So you cut it at 5.5, so it's 8.5, and you scored it 4 1/4. Oh my gosh, a regular book fold. So, but the front panels can go on either kind. I just really like these. They photograph better, so that's why I really like them better. It's easier for me to get in my light box, so I like that better. So okay, so you start with the Misty Moonlight card base. We're gonna need a petal pink. We need a petal pink cardstock layer, and I've cut this actually at 4 and 5 1/4 by 4. That's usually what I use for my front panel, but we're going to cut down our designer series paper, and this gives us a little bit of a border. I really wanted more of a border of the Misty Moonlight. And then we need 2 pieces of the designer series paper, and like I said, it's the same piece. And when I cut my designer series paper up by 12 by 12, I cut it in strips of 4. And so I cut this so I can get 3 things of 4. So I've actually cut this one down to 3.5 by 5. So it's 5 long. And then I'm gonna use my trimmer, and we're gonna make it flagged on the bottom. I should have looked to see if we had a die that would work even easier for that. But I'm just gonna use my trimmer. I tried to freehand it. It was not awesome. It's so much easier for me to use my trimmer. So I'm going to totally do that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And then we need a basic white. And this one is 3 by 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that's for my inside. And then of course I cut 2 strips that are the 1.5 by 4. Or no, half, not 1.5, half by 4. And then I don't know, did I mention the other designer series paper? I'm not sure, but this one is 2 inches. It's 3.5 by 2 inches, and that's going to be our other piece. And then of course I did the basic white for the penny, and then we're just going to stamp our sentiment, and then I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to just use my paper studs to cut it down. Okay, so that is all the things that we need. Make sure we've got this all going. So, okay, so you're going to need your paper trimmer. Okay, so it's funny, I love to fussy cut, but I cannot do banners. You definitely need, if you're going to use you flag the end of something, you definitely need your paper snips. You need to not drop them on your tile floor so that you've got that little divot edge. You really need it to be a sharp edge to get that nice point. So what I'm going to do is make sure you've got your paper going the way you want. And I've cut this at 3.5. So what is that? Half of 3.5 is, half of 3 is 1.5. So it would be 1 1/4. No, that doesn't right. I'm going to have to bend it. I'm really bad at the maths. I usually just eye it, but let's not. I'm going to put a little bit of a thing right there. So let's see where I think it's supposed to be. What did I say it was supposed to be? 1. Looks like it's 1 3/4. No. Yes. Is it 1 3/4? Half of 1 1/2 does not seem like it's 1 3/4. It looks like it's 2 1 7/8. Yeah, that looks like right. So I'm really terrible at the maths. I know, is that terrible? Okay, let's see. That is the tip. Yep, I think that's what it is. I guess. Oh no, it's like 3 ticks from. So that is what? That's 3/4. Okay, that's 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. Yeah, 7/8. Okay. And then I'm gonna go up the middle, but I'm not gonna go very far. So the point is when you find your middle that you want to do. You know what's funny is I have that middle thing because I can never do it. I got one of those Tim Holtz one. So you don't want to go up too far. So you're only gonna go up. How much is that? I don't know, 1/2 inch up. And then you're gonna, when you got your 1/2 inch, see how you have your little tab, tick right there. You're gonna put that in the center of your trimmer and then just tilt it, right, so that you're all on the track. So the tip of where you want your to go up to that to here, and then once you've got it in the track, and then turn it so it's in the track, and then go up, right, and then you're going to turn it the other way. So it's right there. Turn it so it goes to there. There you go. See, there, now we have our flag done. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Now I'm terrible at flagging. That's like, I love the dies because that makes it easier for me. Okay, and then we're going to just glue it onto this. Okay, so my glue, add that to the top. And we're going to make it flush to the top of the petal pink. So I like the glue. It gives me a little bit of wiggle room so I can get it in the right space. Just like that. It's nice. Awesome. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and glue our petal pink down to our card base. Again, I like the glue because it gives me a little chance to make sure I've got it as even as I can. There you go, just like that. Nice. Awesome. So pretty. Okay, then we're going to take our piece of petal pink, and I'm going to use the tear and tape. I thought I had it out. Let me put it back. Here's the piece I had from the paper pumpkin that I used the other day. Let's get some tear and tape out. And I'm using tear and tape. I used to just use the Stamp and Seal. And depending if I'm using like vellum or the acetate, then I definitely want to use, I like to use the seal. The tear and tape would work with that too. But I really have started using the tear and tape when I use my ribbon to put my ribbon down because it just adheres the ribbon closely to the paper. I find that it stays better. Okay, so we're going to use some of this petal pink. And I want to change it a little bit differently from this one, but you definitely want to make it low down. Oops, make sure I get it the right direction. There does seem to be 2 sides to this ribbon. There we go. So I'm going to put it on the lower end of this. Just cut that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my, see, it looks like I've got a little bit, my edges are a little bit, and then I stuck it down a little bit. Okay, then let's add a little bit more of the tear and tape to the back of the ribbon. This really helps it adhere nice to your card front. And then I'm going to put glue on the rest because then it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So I think I put this down a little bit lower. I think I want to make this higher up this time, up the card front, instead of as low to the flag. I was thinking I wanted it to be a little bit higher. So let's add some glue. Okay. So, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge of the card front. So I just want to make sure, you don't get it too high, right? So you just don't want it to be in the space. Yeah. You don't want to make it too high so it doesn't fit. But you don't want it too low. So I think it just needs to be a little bit higher than I had it earlier. Then set it. So it's about in the middle of the card front. I did this one, so let's see if I like that better. And I'm just getting it to the edge. Trying to get it to the edge there. Just like that. It's pretty. Love, love, love. Okay. And then we're going to stamp our thing. So now we've got our card base. We're going to go ahead and stamp our image on our piece of white. Now I'm going to use my Stamparatus. But when we do the inside, I'm not. I'm just going to use my, in the sentiment, I'll just use the blocks. Man, my hands. I've been dropping everything. So, and I'm going to use my memento. So I have, this is a base, the craft white pad. And I, instead of putting the white, so when I ordered the craft white pad, I kept the white. I've got the little white bottle. It is, so when it comes, it has like the little bottle separate. So instead of putting the white on my white plaid, I actually put the memento ink. So I got the black memento refill, which you can get, and I just added it to my ink pad. So now I have a nice big black. And I like the foam. The cloth it's like it has a fabric, the memento pad, and so I feel like I'm always like trying to go like 5 or 6 times on there, and I like the foam. It's a lot less, it seems to be a lot easier. Okay, and then I'm using my Stamparatus. So whatever positioning tool you have that you like, although you could probably, for this one, you can use your block. I have a wallflower grip mat. I actually bought a new one. I had a 6x6 in here that worked really well. I got like alcohol marker on it. I tried to clean it with my alcohol. I don't know why, but it totally made the sticky not as sticky, especially with the photopolymer. It worked fine with the and the sticky was coming back. If they get unsticky, you can usually just wash it with a little bit of Dawn underwater, and then the sticky comes back. But yeah, don't use alcohol on your. Don't try to wash your mats with alcohol, your grip mats. But I got a bigger one. This was like the 8.5. I think it's like the 8 and something by 7 1/4. I just cut it down so it's at the 7. So that fit my Stamparatus. I think they're made to fit like the Misty, or there's a couple other ones. Okay, so I want to make sure I put where I've got my just like this, and you can see it's over because the memento will come right off. I'll show you guys because it's water soluble. I'll come right off. I don't have to worry about stamping it on my grip mat. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So I remove that, and then I'm going to take my chamois and clean off my mat. Get that nice and clean. And then I'll put my piece of acetate back so that I don't. It helps keep it sticky so you don't get like fibers and stuff on it. And clean off my peony stamp. And this is just our chamois. I've cut it in half, so it's smaller, easier for me to use. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put that back. But I love the grip mat, and I use my Stamparatus so much more. I really have found I'm having a hard time with the grip. So it's much easier for me to do it that way. Okay, so now we have our pretty stamped image, and then we're going to color it. And I went ahead and kept it pretty simple. So I'm just going to use the light Misty Moonlight for my leaves. I kind of like that look where it matches with the blue. So I'm just coloring it in, and I need to get a new Misty Moonlight because my brush is not as awesome as I want it to be. But this is just really easy. Right? It's really easy to color, and you don't really need that much shading. You could do a lot more shading if you wanted to. I find it's pretty just doing it like this. It's nice. Adding a little bit of that blue. I love the Misty Moonlight. And it does lighten up also. So if you wanted to go back and add a little bit of shading, and not even with the dark, just going over it with the light again. You know, where you can layer on the color with your just even one color. Right? Adding it on actually darkens it up a little. You can see that, and it'll clean up a little bit too. I mean, it'll lighten up a little bit too as it dries. Okay, and then I'm going to use my light Clipsal Coral, and I'm just going to go over around the. I'm not sure. I think peonies come in all kinds of colors. I just love, this is like one of my favorite color combinations is petal pink and Clipsal Coral. I just love it. Just one of my favorite color combinations. And so I'm going to use that. And like I said, this is just the light Clipsal Coral Stampin' Blend. I went ahead and just did the little bit of the color to the leaves. And then I'm going to go in with the brush tip with my petal pink. And I'm just going to blend it. I'll lay a lot of ink down and just kind of blend those colors together. I think the petal pink and the Clipsal Coral they just look really good together. They blend really nice. So when it's wet, it blends the best, I've found. So it's so pretty. The dark petal pink too would work. I need to use the dark petal pink more. I have like a ton of the dark petal pink. Do you guys find that there's like one that you use a lot and the other one you don't use as much? Because I find I don't use the dark Clipsal Coral as much as I use the light Clipsal Coral, and I use the light petal pink too, way more than I do the dark, because I really love the Clipsal Coral, I think. So that was really quick and pretty. Do you see? So it just is kind of a subtle color that kind of matches. It's really pretty. I just really like. Okay, so we're gonna, for this one, then we're just going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to the back. And I have the Stampin' Dimensionals, they're right here. Now this is a really quick and easy card. It's one of the things I love about this image, and then using designer series paper. It really adds a lot. I mean, we could have, I guess, gone a lot more. You could have embossed the petal pink in the back. I just really like. It's kind of a fun difference of a thing. So then we're going to make sure. So you want to get all the colors, right? So you want to make sure you don't layer it too close to the edge, kind of in the middle, like that. So you've got it where it kind of goes over all the things. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh! Okay, so then let's do our sentiment. Actually, did I get it straight? And then again, I'm going to use my basic black. And I'm just going to use, I really like this, the hello. So let's go ahead, get the hello out. I'm just going to put it on. And as you can see, I didn't put my stickers on yet. So before you put this is pretty soft. You shouldn't, I like to cut down my stamps. And you really need to put the stickers on before you cut them down. And I just haven't had the time to cut them down. So I haven't put the stickers on. They adhere pretty well even without the stickers too. I mean, it adheres way better with the stickers. But it adheres pretty good just to the block without putting my stickers down. Okay, so we're going to use that again. And just, I do know that when you do make your mental pad, don't let your, I got a thing in it. Look at that. It's a piece of Stampin' Dimensional backing. Don't squish it down, right? It is like our foam pads. I find that you can really get, you'll be surprised how much ink. You don't want to get too much ink on your stamp. Oops. See, this one's really off. Let me do it again. It's really high. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Which is why I like to cut it down. So I'm looking at this bottom edge, but look at how much extra there is on this side. I'm old school. So when I started with Stampin' Up, buying my Stampin' Up stuff, it was when we had the wood. And I would, the wood on the back, and I would spray it with, I get the varnish to spray the wood, make it all pretty, and then I cut it all down and stick it. Yeah, it was a lot of work. I mean, it's really nice, and it's still really nice. As a matter of fact, if you get our Stampin' Mist, and you make sure you clean with that Stampin' Mist, it does keep your rubber really nice, and it lasts forever. So I have all those stamps. I actually had a friend come over and borrow a stamp that we had years and years ago, and so I'm just going to use my paper snips to cut that out, and it still is beautiful. And then while they were all out, I actually just, even though I hadn't inked them, I did rub them, clean them with my, I guess you can call it, condition them with the Stampin' Mist and the Stampin' Scrubber, and they still look so good. Looks so good. Okay, so I'm just going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on here. Where's the and I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to put the Stampin' Dimensional because I'm going to have it go over the top. So it's really going to be on this side a little bit. So not necessarily in the middle. You can put a Stampin', a glue dot there to hold it. I don't think you need it. So I'm just going to put the sentiment over the flower and the designer series paper above my the ribbon, and then we're going to do a nice ribbon with this. I like little bitty ribbons. Let's make the bow. This is pretty. I really like it, and it's got the white one. Although we have that really new, the white with the frayed edges, and they have it in white and cream. It's in the online store. There is a really nice ribbon. Okay, so let me go ahead, and I wish they'd bring these back. These are my Cadillac ribbon scissors that Stampin' Up had a while ago. I haven't had them years and years, I guess, now. I wish they'd bring those back. They are the Cadillac of, if you get your really good ribbon scissors for cutting fabric. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now I'll get my glue dot out and put that on here, and I'll use two. One's probably enough, but I have a tendency to use more adhesive than I really need, but here we go. So I'm just going to overlap it on there. Isn't that pretty? It's So pretty. And that was pretty simple, right? Just figuring out the hardest part is getting that flag to end, which for me is a challenge. But there's no way I could have done two. It would have been a mess. But you don't need two. One is good. Okay, so this is the iridescent pearls. So let's get some of these. I don't use pearls that often. These are pretty. I mean, they've been sitting here for a while. And let's see. They're pretty. I like iridescent. I miss the iridescent gems. I mean, I have some, but you guys can't get them. I don't want to tease you with them, but they were my favorite. I love the iridescent stuff. Now we have an iridescent. Let's see. I have an iridescent. It's good to be in threes and then to do it so that it's little. I'm trying to figure out where to put them. So we have one that has like hash marks in it, but I haven't been able to get it. I know, because it keeps going out. I think they must be really awesome because everybody's it is out almost as soon as it is available, it goes unavailable. So every time I've had it in my cart, I have there we go. Sorry, it's almost. I feel like maybe I need to move these down lower. What do you guys think? There we go. I'm just not used to pearls. Do you guys use pearls? They're so pretty. I love the iridescent. They make some that are, like I said, with the hashback, but I haven't been able to get them. They've always been in my cart, and then as soon as I go to order them, they go unavailable. But hopefully they'll be back in soon. I was thinking they actually might be in soon, in now. But I love these iridescent pearls. I love the iridescent. It's just pretty. But anyway, you should put them in like kind of a triangle in the set of 3, right? Or an odds, or I would put in 5. But I think just like that is good. And then I can't help it. I didn't put any on the other one, but I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. Just add a little bit of Wink of Stella to my peony because I can't help myself. I love Wink of Stella. So pretty. I love, love, love. Okay. There we go. What do you guys think? Is that pretty? Love it. Okay, so let's do the inside. Now, for the inside layer, I mentioned I use a little bit smaller than like the 5 1/4. I use the 3 7/8 by 4, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, right? So let me move this out of the way. Let's stamp the, I really like this. So on this one, I decided I wanted to add the flower after I had started it. So I used a Post-it note and I put it along this edge and then stamped it. But now I remember what I want to do. So I'm going to do the stamping first. So I'm going to go ahead and put my, strip down so I know where I want it to go. And then I'm going to stamp the hello. Or do I want to stamp my peony first? I want to make sure I have enough space to do it. And this hello, because I haven't cut it, it goes pretty high. So let me go ahead and stamp this first because I'm not sure how it's going to go. That's one of the best things about doing it before you put it in your card is it gives you a little bit of space. Go. Hello. And then here's my peony, the smaller peony. And let's see if I can see. I'm just going to tilt my head a little bit so that it's around the hello. There we go. And then I can glue this one down. Okay, let's close this before I get ink everywhere. I put this down. And of course I put my hello up here, then it wouldn't have mattered, but I don't know why. I just kind of like Sometimes I like putting it on the bottom. And then we'll put that there. Nice. And then we'll color it. And you don't have to, but I like to color. Because we've done it in the Memento, it works good with our Stampin' Blends. Again, I'm using the light Misty Moonlight to color my leaves. So, and then we can stamp on the back too. Oh, that's nice. Like I said, you can add, if you want to add more, you get your the dark, because it comes in the light and the dark. I find just adding like a little bit of shading just by going over one edge gives it enough, because it does dry lighter. So it's kind of nice. And then I'm going to again use my light. This is the light Calypso Coral. And as you see, I've got my surface under here because it will bleed through. I'm just outlining all of my... It's actually not too hard to color. It looks really nice. And then my petal pink. Just kind of layering that down with a lot of ink. So it blends really nice. I just really like that color. Like I said, it's my favorite color combination for the blends. Like when I get to petal pink, it's just so pretty. That's pretty. It's lovely on the inside. Okay, so now let's do the back. And again, I'm gonna put my strip. So this is the 1/2 inch by 4. And I just usually keep it at the 4 because that's usually what I cut my other panel. If I had cut, that's when I usually cut all of my designer shoes paper. If I had cut a whole strip that was like 3.5, then I probably you could put 3.5. Don't use whatever, your scraps that you have. It doesn't have to be that exact. Just use that scraps, because just adding a little bit of the designer series paper to the back makes it nice. Okay, so then we have the other little flower, and let's do that one too. Okay, so let's do the hello. I just love to put stuff on the back. It just never doesn't seem like it's your card is done until you do on the back. So this is the Stampin' Up! Logo. That is from the Stamped with Love. It's on the very back page of our catalog. And that's for the angel policy. You don't need unless you're trying to sell your cards, but I just love, it just feels finished to me. It feels finished. So let's go ahead and add the hello. And then put that away. I don't have as much trouble with losing my red rubber as I do with those photopolymer. Man, I have to be really careful about making sure I put those away. Let's see if we stamp that one. That's good. I just don't want the halo. As you can see, I got a little bit of that on there. I'm gonna make sure I stamped it off. Isn't that pretty? It's so precious. So if you're gonna do your envelope, this would be perfect for your envelope too. Just keep in mind that if you're gonna color your envelope with your blends, that they will, sometimes you might need to put a little piece of paper in there so that it, when you're coloring it, put a little scrap in when you're coloring it so that it doesn't bleed through the front of the envelope. But it doesn't matter on here because we're going to put this basic white on the inside. So I am going to add a little, even on I am going to color it even though you can't really tell the color. There's something about it makes the flower look finished. My color in the back. I don't know. It looks pretty. What do you guys think? Yeah, pretty. Awesome sauce. Oops. Okay, so then we're going to glue. But see how it goes through? So that's one of the benefits of putting in that inside layer, is because then you can color, add more stuff. It gives you without making it icky. So inside. Yeah, and like I said, I love these colors, Pauline. I'm glad that you like them too. There you go, you guys. This is the what is the name of this? Poised Peony. So I overlooked it first in the because it doesn't have like cool dyes. I think the dyes always, when there's coordinating dyes, that's always like the first thing that gets me. So I kind of overlooked this stamp set when I was first looking at the catalog because and we've had pennies before. Oops, I've just hit the thing and knocked it down because I'm a menace. Here we go. Doo-doo. But it is a lovely, and it has a nice best birthday wishes and in my thoughts. But it's just a really pretty, and I just love that it has 3 different sizes, and it's so simple to color that I think it's just lovely. So I overlooked it at first. I think I like it a little bit raised, although there's not that much of a difference between my first and my second. I think the hardest part is making the banner. I should look and see if we've got a die that will make a banner. I know we have had in the past, but anyway, I love these colors, the Misty Moonlight, and again, Calypso Coral and Petal Pink are my favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. And like I said, this is with that Country Lace Designer Series paper, which is so pretty. I love, love, love that paper. Yeah, it's so pretty. It's an easy, simple card, but it's really lovely. Okay, so today is the 10th. I can't believe it's already the 10th. And that means that it is the last day to get the subscribe to this month, to the July paper pumpkin. I mean, that box is gorgeous. I've seen a little bit of sneak peeks. It's a really a gorgeous. I'm really excited for that paper pumpkin, as well as we have the and I think last on Monday I said it was the 4th quarter. This is the 3rd quarter. I was getting ahead of myself. This is the 3rd quarter dies. So the July, and I'm pretty sure it's a floral image that it actually die cuts out. So it looks really pretty even without the added image. But for July, it is a flower image or a flower die, outline die. There's the Hooray, which is August, and the Leaf is for September. So those are available now in the online store, as well as I think now. I think there's still a few of the last quarter's dies, which are really pretty. It has that thanks. I mean, if you guys like word dies, definitely get on and get that. Now you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get the past refills as well, past kit refills, as well as the dies. But I'm telling you guys, it's every month it seems like it gets better and better. I can't even wait to see what they're going to put out for Christmas. But that's ahead of myself. The July one is just gorgeous. And then we are in the middle of bonus days, which means that for every $50 you purchase before shipping and handling, you get a $5 coupon from Stampin' Up. It'll be emailed to you separately in a special email, and you'll keep those because you can redeem those for use that coupon in August. So that's always exciting because I love it when you guys get free products. So that is going on until the end of the month, and there's like no limit to how many coupons you can get and how much free stuff you'll be able to use those coupons to get next month. So that's exciting. So we do have that bonus days, which is pretty awesome. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm glad I hope you guys liked the Poised Peony, and don't overlook that in our new annual catalog. And if you guys need anything, I do have a host code. You can find that in the description of this video, as well as on my website. I really appreciate your support. And of course, if you're watching this later on YouTube, please like and subscribe so you can get notified when I have new videos up. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope everyone is staying safe from this heat. I mean, it's super hot here in southern Arizona. So, but I hope everyone is staying safe and having a great summer. So happy crafting. Bye, guys.